we go. Here we go. This is day 5, Cape Wrath Trail, north to south. I'm just leaving Neil and Neely at the fantastic bothy at Glendhu. And as you can see, it's the marine layer's not cleared yet. So it's going to be good because it means I'll be going up the hill in coolness. Right, Canton. Au revoir, mes amis. Bon voyage. Tu parles français aussi? Oui. Right, and we're off. It's 9:30. So lunch, 3 hours to 3 hours to Glencool, and I'll have to actually put in the route at Glencool now on my phone. I thought I had it. Maybe I've actually got it on my actual phone, the route, but I want to save the battery until I get to Glencool. It's 3 hours worth, and then I want to keep the phone for navigating until I get to Benmore Lodge. And once I'm in Benmore Lodge, it's just an 8-mile hike down a forest trail to Oakland Bridge Hotel, where I'll be staying. It means I can charge up all my gear, wash my clothes, etc. So that's going to be good. So we'll see how it goes. This is lovely. This is like the Gillies Lodge. Wow. Misty. Okie dokie. Let's get stuff when we're on the route with a view. Just about to cross the bridge at the bottom of Loch Glendhu. You start to see the sun is starting to burn off now. I imagine it's spate. This must be unbelievable looking. Wow. Happy birthday, that's not good. Look at. Sweet. Now we're on a boggy path all the way up through there. Be interested to come out of the clouds and get a good view. It's quite pleasant walking across the Loch side when the mist is starting to rise up. Before I start the big climb up. I've been told it's actually steeper on the other side going down, which is good for me. So I might have a bit of respite here. Heading up this way. We shall see. Well, that was actually quite interesting. I came from that direction at the coast. You have to navigate through that boulder field. Very strange. And then there should be a path here somewhere. Look at that rock, just balanced. And we're up over there somewhere. Get the map out and double check. So I actually found the track again. So when you come through that boulder field there, it's quite easy to get disorientated and lose track. And I think, where is this? I just got out the map, OS Maps, but it showed you, and I walked down to it, and sure enough it's a well-defined trail. So going obviously south to north, it's easy to see, but going from north to south, once you leave Glendhu Bothy and start to go through that boulder field, just check your map at the other side. You could be easily off the trail. And I mean, this is a good track. I was still walking through the heather there and I think this can't be right. But yeah, well, this is a well-defined trail. Oh, happy the man for this. Okay, and we just about see across the other side of the loch. Reminds me of Dire Straits movie and the song. It's awesome. Okay, put the comments. Do you remember what the song is? I'm not going to tell you. Well, folks, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I was expecting this to be a difficult walk up from Glendhu. I would give this trail today, May 17th, 2024, probably 8 or 9 out of 10 for how good it is. I haven't come across any boggy parts. It's mainly been rocky. The only tricky section was navigating that boulder field at the beginning and then actually finding the trail. But once you've got the trail, it's really good and it's a nice gentle incline. I've heard horror stories of people walking the opposite way, south to north, going down to Glendhu and saying it was like Arctic city, waist high heather, but in May the heather's quite low. Now I'm not actually up at the top yet, but you can see how wide open it is. And I've been walking for an hour now, and I can actually just double check quickly how long it's taken me from Glendhu, but how far I've come. Because I've reset the timers on my GPS. Well, I've come 1.85 miles. It's only 3 miles to Glencoe, and the last mile is downhill. So I'm looking at a quarter mile to the top, right enough. I took a girl yesterday who I met, very nice girl, Fleur Danil. This is a shout out to you, Fleur. Hope your hike north goes good. She says it took her 3 hours. Oh, 3 hours, 3 miles, wow, that must be tough. But I expect the reason for that is because you come from Inchnadanf up over Benwater Sint, which is tough, and then down into Glencoe, they'll be tired. And when you leave Glencoe, it's a real steep climb up, seemingly. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll be going down it. And it's a 4x4 track, but it's probably that, I think, is what's given why people think it's tough. However, this, coming north to south, I wouldn't worry about it, folks. This has been an easy hike. I'm not even tired. I think I just broke, maybe not even broke a sweat. My head's cool. But that is beautiful. So anyway, there you go. I've rabbited on enough. So 1.85 miles in 1 hour uphill. That's pretty damn good, Ian. Okay, let's see what they get to the top like, and then we'll see what the road's like down. But look at how this is starting to clear, folks. Absolutely magnificent. This was a bugger, by the way. I think I already mentioned it, but you can see the road there. The road on the other side, it's like a roller coaster. I thought it was going to be nice and flat because I was bushed coming over Bendreevy, thinking it was all downhill, and that last section just went on for miles. But anyway, okay, let's go. Just realised there I had the route from Glencoe up the eastern side marked on my GPS on the phone for some reason. Don't know why. Anyway, I just logged on. I got a good cell reception here to the internet and just downloaded the one guy's track, at least for most of the way, not the pathless section. Anyway, I'm looking now up towards where I stayed last year. That's Kyleskew Hotel, and you can actually see the road. There's the bothy at the bottom there I just stayed in last night. And the road I came down yesterday is this one here. It's a roller coaster. You can see it going up and down maybe. You go all the way along here to there, and then you come up and you go through the back there, and then that takes you up to the top and then along. But anyway, this hike up here was really nice. I don't know what the boggy part was talking about. I mean, there's boggy areas, you know. I mean, this is the worst boggy part I've seen, and that's like nothing compared to what I've been through. I suppose it's all relative, isn't it? And of course, if it was raining and wet and it was like smoggy, it would be terrible. But because it's been so dry the last few days here, it's actually really good. Anyway, I'm going to go on. I've been sitting there for about 10 minutes just checking things, and also checking the scores for the PGA Golf Championship. I'm a big golf fanatic, and I'm watching my man Rory McIlroy. He's still up there. Xander Schauffele is 9 under par after day one, which is phenomenal. He did fantastic last week against McIlroy. He tends to fade. He starts off great, Xander, but the last couple of days he always fades towards the end. But it's going to be a close championship. McIlroy's in form. I think he's in with a chance this year for the PGA Championship. First major in like 10 years. Okay, let's go. That's me now at the top. 1 hour and a half, 1 hour 30 minutes. Took a 15-minute stop back there. This battery in the camera just seems to be going down so quick. I don't know what's going on. I've got one left, but anyway, we're going down over there. Walking my way along this path. I'm pretty sure when I go over the crown here it's all downhill. I imagine it going back up more. Oh, what a glorious views you get from up here. Absolutely amazing. Alright. Absolutely amazing. Wow, check this view out, folks. This is on Patha. Look at this view here. This is the bothy, Glencoe bothy at the bottom here. And we got some, I don't know what the fishing things are. I see the two boats are coming in. I know they do langoustine in this loch. and it's like looking up towards Kylestrom. Oh, actually, I can see the bridge, the black line. You'll see it here, Kylestrom, Kyleskew Bridge. And yeah, last year I walked down this road. That takes you to Ardbeg Castle in Inchdampf. This, I believe, this is the highest waterfall in the UK. I'm looking at it just now. There was more water last year. I could see it across from the route from Kylestrom up to Agfrey as you climbed up there. But anyway, it's right behind the Cad du Both. I know you walk past that way. Anyway, let's motor on. I'm just taking my time because this view is phenomenal. Like heading down the hill now. I've got just joined that 4x4 track here. So yeah, this section was much easier. I've actually only been moving for an hour and a half. I stopped for about 50 minutes, I guess, total. You know, that's including little rests as you're walking up the hill, etc. But yeah, definitely coming this way is easy. I mean, it is a bit steep, but I think it's just the exact same as the other direction. Anyway, the next thing is down in the... oh, now you can see it. This is Glendhu Bothy right at the bottom here. Just there's a jet slipway, and just behind it is a building. Now I see there's a bunch of boats out here. I think this is where they pick up possibly the langoustine from. Although there is a bunch of other boats here, and I know that they do tours to see the highest waterfall in the UK. And I forget the name of it, but I'll post it in the video when we get back to see it. But this is I've loved this today. This has been sort of hiking I absolutely adore. It's like rocky paths climbing up, fantastic views, mist raising itself as the sun burns through it, and then spectacular scenery. And what's nice is you get so much, you get rewarded. Yesterday I was not happy about get up Ben Reevy was a big slog, Big Dreevy was a slog, and then coming down it was just annoying. That road, that 4x4 track was never ending. Well, this is phenomenal. This is what it's all about, baby. This is what it's all about, the Cape Wrath Trail. Right, so what's your name?
Jeff.
Jeff what?
Jeff Edwards.
And where are you from, Jeff?
I'm from Sheffield.
Oh, a Sheffield man. A Sheffield man.
Aope. You know when you said Aope, I thought, here we go.
Oh, here we go. No, actually I turned American just before I came here last week. I live in Seattle. So yeah, so Jeff has just given me he's been here before, which is good. So he's given me some directions and things to look out for on this track up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's...
You get to go Loch and the stream's coming down. It's nice and wide at the bottom. You shouldn't have any problem crossing it. But when I came through last time, as I say, I've been fishing down, and it was like a rapid, and I had to come all the way down to the loch to get across. Okay, good. You should be all right going.
I think it's going to be. They haven't been bad, the crossings. Yeah. I mean, I think the deepest one I crossed, to be honest, was that one just coming down the side of from Reconich down.
Well, I mean, bloody hell, on the whole trail, I've barely been above my ankle.
So I mean, just crossing the bridge to get to Glendhu Bothy. This is the end of Glendhu Loch, and another freaking gorgeous day. I mean, if it's like this, when I can get up to most of the way here towards Eichel Bridge, you'll be a happy man. But how cool is this? It looks as if there's a little stable thing before the Bothy, because I know the Bothy's on the hill. Oh wow, the smell here, I wish you could smell this. Seaweed and fresh air. There's something special about Scottish air. Something special about it. It's wicked. Absolutely wicked. And there you go. It's the Glendhu Bothy up there. Oh, there's a sandpiper. I think it's a sandpiper. There she is. Glendhu Bothy. Yeah! You can see the wind actually, the speed of the clouds just rolling by here. Probably a 10 mile an hour wind. It's fantastic. There you go, Glendhu Bothy. What a setting here, huh? Over here. Oh wow, wicked. Oh, it smells great in here. Books and everything. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, look at the big bed place here. Oh, it's small. Oh, people have left stuff here. Oh, is there no upstairs? Must be an upstairs. How do you get to upstairs? What do you mean? There's no upstairs? No, it has to be an upstairs. That's me leaving Glencoe Bothy. Got a bit misty. It's not forecast to rain at all today. And I'm heading all the way up this path up my way through there. It's actually 14 miles to ideally where I could camp tonight. Whether I get that far, and that's all 8 miles from where I'm going tomorrow. So basically, if I can get maybe 5-6 miles along this place and find a nice wild camping spot, maybe up at Loch Gorm, or maybe up at this loch up at the top here, that might be okay. And just call it a day. We'll see what happens. But it's only done 3.5 miles so far. So yeah, let's see how this goes. This is a steep road. It's all new territory. Yay! Let's go. Still making my way up this hill, but as you can hear, I'm not actually out of breath, and I've just been doing I'd reduced it to 40 steps, 30 to 40 steps in that last section there because it's pretty steep. I've came up 700 feet from sea level so far, and I'm not out of breath. So that technique works. If you find 50's too much before taking a break, your legs are starting to burn, you've done too much, so reduce the number of steps between by about 10 or down to 30 if it's really steep. But generally 50 is a good starting point, and then just walk, stop, rest for 20, continue, and you won't even break a sweat. It's cool, isn't it? You know, I could sell a lot of money doing that, telling people all these tips. And of course, if the wind is behind your back when you stop, that's why I've turned around. It cools you down and it gives you a great view. And there's a cuckoo in the background. I love cuckoos. A lot of people find them very annoying, but I rebuilt a cuckoo clock somebody gave me. It's like a jigsaw puzzle when I got it. That's all out running in my home. Well, that's me just getting through. That's me just almost I think I'm actually at the top of the Belach here now. And that took 1 hour. 1 hour with stop go rests and 870 feet elevation gain. It's okay, right? It's okay. Views are phenomenal here. I'm just in awe. I could just stand here and look at this all day. Yeah, the scenery just continues to impress, doesn't it? I think there's I forget the name of the loch up here, Loch and some Fersel. I'm pretty sure it's just through that gap up there. I'm glad I saw the waters came back again, because I'll be able to dip my hat. I've also been dipping my hat every opportunity into the cold water and just putting it on my head just to keep it cool, because it's another hot day, probably up close to 70 I would say. Fahrenheit, I'm an old school guy, no idea what that is in Celsius, probably 68, 20, probably 22 maybe, 21, 22. The size of these rocks. There's a pool there, man, looks like a nice swimming pool. Hey there. Wow. Through the Belach. This is cool. And Belach, as you'd watched the previous videos, obviously is a Scottish term for a mountain pass. And look at this, holy smoly. Wow. Massive rock overhanging to this side. That's some geology of that. It almost looks as if it's like basalt but sticking at an angle. It's like crystalline and flat in structure. Oh, actually it's basalt, I can see it now. Yeah, that's actually basalt columns. I've never seen them coming out at that angle. Huh, basalt is something interesting. I heard water trickling there and I wonder where the water was coming from. And absolutely fantastic, right? Oh, it's a lovely breeze I've got behind my back. Quite amazing looking back to see where you've came from. I came from a very far distance there. You can see where the lochs are. I know we're promontorying around there and down the other loch. That's impressive actually. I'm actually quite impressed with that. Walking along on the Cape Wrath Trail when the world is in my hand. All around me is sun and sunshine, with no one to lend me a hand. I'll give a big hip, hip, hip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Daylight come and they would go home. Listen to the reverb in here. Maybe I'll do a little song for you guys. What about Helplessly Hoping by Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young and Frew? Stay tuned. Just got to the beginning of the Loch and Eircil, E-I-R-C-I-L, Loch and Eircil. And yeah, so I'm just about to walk up this track. I'm just filling it with water there. This is absolutely fucking stunning. That looks like a nice campground right here. If anybody's coming this way, and there's another spot right there. Well, mind the that's next to the river. I think this would be fine. I don't think this one would actually go as bad as that one because it's coming from a loch. But yeah, this ground right there looks really good. Well, that's a beautiful set. I'm glad they came this way. This is cool. This is all new. Well, that's me at the very end of the 4x4 track here. It's Loch Eircil, and it's 3.6 miles from the bothy. Basically I'm up at about 1200 feet elevation, and the first mile it took me 1100 feet, so effectively it's a 1 in 5 or a 20% gradient for 1 mile from the Glendhu bothy straight up to this loch. I'm done 8.5 miles so far from leaving at 9:30, and including my stops at I stopped at the top of the hill for about 15-20 minutes coming from Glendhu bothy to get internet, etc., and I stopped for 30 minutes, so I'll probably stop for about 45 minutes. It's just after 3:30, so 9:30, it's 3 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours minus 45 minutes, so yeah, so 5 hours 15 minutes to do 5 hours 15 minutes to do basically 8.4 miles. Anyway, this is where it starts to get tough. I'm just running out of battery on this pack, so I'm going to change it and I'll have a battery. And that's the back end of Benmore Ascent you're seeing up there, by the way. And there's still snow up in the peaks. Crazy. Right folks, this is going to be fun. So the path ended just there. I just came up to get a bearing. So I'm actually heading over to there. See that escarpment there? And it goes down. That is the line. And I have to basically cross this. All pathless. I've seen a couple of, I keep looking on the ground for like poles or holes, etc. I've seen a couple, so I know I'm right. So anyway, I know it's that area, and I just have to make my way across this, up and down, but it's I mean, look at how remote this is. There's nobody but me. There's actually snow up in the back end of Benmore Ascent. Yabba dabba doo, fruity baby. You know, see, this is where the fun and games begin. This section is very like the section from Haley down to Strathern Bothy. This is pathless. I have to navigate this shit. There's you can see the grey stuff here. On the foothill in the background, but on the front hill in front of me, there's a little hillock here. That's where I'm heading for. The easiest way, and it's not going to be through these peat hags, so I'm going to have to go around and then up to it. Fun. That's cool with the mist, like a river of clouds. And that was funny. I just actually saw a footprint in the mud there. So I mean, you're in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and you end up finding a footprint going in the same direction as me, so at least I know I'm on the right route. I'm going up to there. I might go up round that way, get my next bearing. And just as if you kept listening to make matters worse, look what's coming in. By navigation. And you can see the loch down there. So effectively I'm going to go to the head of the loch and then walk pathless around the side of it up to the top there, and just up round the corner there is where it actually meets the actual trail. So actually that's just, it's 4:35, that's great. I just need to get across this muck. I'll feel happy once I'm at the side of the Loch Gorm. Still pathless, but at least I know where the hell I am. Jesus Christ, man, this is going to be a whiteout. Anyway, I've got a bearing, 190. Let's go from here. Wow, look at this. Check this out. How cool is that? I'm over there. Heading in that direction. It just gives me a big smile when you're navigating across pathless territory when the mist comes in. Always makes you a little anxious, obviously. But I'm glad to say I've nailed it. There's the start of Loch Gorm, the river. We have to cross that river, but there's a really narrow point just right there, which is where I was aiming for, just next to that little loch in there. It takes me over the other side, and I shoot round there and it joins the path. Oh, when I say path, it's probably going to be a possible path. Well, the mist is cleared, folks, so you can see this is like a lunar landscape here. Crazy, so that's a loch down there. I'm going to cross this little tributary here and then shoot round, and it should be good. Well, I think I crossed the river at its narrowest point. There's one river down. So me just walking down the side of this. It's the beginning of the loch until I get to the actual main loch. Then I have to walk up the length of it and then around the other side. Okay, the beautiful Loch Gorm. I came up over this thing, all pathless. This stuff is actually fine. I don't think it was as bad as what I was. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't as bad as what I anticipated. But yeah, if this was bad weather and this was wet, horrendous. I actually found it quite fun. The hardest part was navigating the peat bogs between the coming off the 4x4 track and then getting over to this mountain, and then obviously the mist came in as you saw, and having to navigate to try and make sure you get the right part. Crossing the river here was dead easy, as you saw. It was not a problem. And I believe, my understanding is we just go around this headland here, hugging it, and the trail starts. Now it's only 20 to 6. I'll have to double check to see how far it actually is to Loch Alsh. I'll tell you how far I've actually been walking today though. I managed to change the batteries, which is good. So I have on my GPS. Yeah, so it's amazing. So, I mean, it's only 11 miles I've done so far. 11 miles. Well, that's a long way to go in. Just shows you how slow it was. But the elevation gain I've done today is something else. I did like 1100 for the first section, and I did another 1300. I've probably done, then up and down, I've probably done about 3,000, over 3,000 feet elevation gain today. Easily over 3,000 feet. I'll double check it later. Anyway, let's go and see if we can get onto this path, and then we'll make my mind up. So yeah, I decided after doing some calculations, I'm just going to stay here at Loch Gorm tonight. I thought if I pushed on, I might not get a good, it's got a lot of this sort of style, I might not get a camping spot. And you can see I'm in this little estuary of the river. The weather was good, but even if it was, you can see where we are here, it's fine. This part here is just a little gem. A little gem. You can hear the cuckoo. There you go. That's my camping spot for tonight, folks. I thought I'd actually push on to be able to get to where I wanted to today. It's another 6 miles, and I thought, well, it's another 6 miles, and it's like 6:30. and I thought I won't make it, so I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. But as soon as I get to that 6 miles, it opens up onto a forest road track, and then I've only got 8 miles to get to Bridge of Orchy, so that's only going to take me 2.5 hours. So that's just how rough it's going to be between here and there. So this one's got a track. That was all pathless once I got off the 4x4, and I came off the 4x4 for like, I'd walked all down here pathless, across there, up over this mountain pathless, over there pathless, and that's where it finished. And I came up, must have done about 3,500, maybe 3,000, easily 3,500 today. I'll have a check at it. Anyway, this is it. I think this is idyllic. Couldn't ask for more, right? And I'm just going to cook my dinner, and I've got water right sitting here. Well, I was about to make dinner, and the wind started picking up, and I could see that mist coming back in again. So I'm glad to say that I've actually got the tent up and everything's inside, etc. I've got everything ready to cook, but I'm just going to wait to see if this blows by. I've got the tent, luckily enough, facing right into the wind, so that's fantastic. So this is a Hilleberg 4-season tent, so this should be fine. We'll see. Well, anyway, we'll see. Let's just keep fingers crossed it doesn't blow away. Here's the here is the view from my camp, from my tent. And there's like a harp blowing in. It was really windy, something like a gust front blew through there earlier. But how spooky is that? What a view, what a setting. What a lucky man. Glad I got all the tent up before that wind blew. I'll check all the guy lines later. I'm trying to dry my boots out a little bit in the early suns. The sun is just going down, I think, behind the... Yeah, the sun is going down behind the... How cool is that?